In this video, we'll be looking at how to do a basic armor swap in the game Pillars of Eternity to Deadfire. For this, you need just a single program to be installed, which is Visual Studio Code. The reason why I recommend this is it's because the developers of the game actually did a tutorial and they used this particular program. It's free, and you can get it from the link that I'll leave in the description, or just Google it if the link is outdated or whatever in the future. Okay, so I'll show you what I'm trying to do. I'll give you an example. This is actually a save file from a Let's Play, which I'm going to upload on this channel, so do check that out if you're interested. I'll show you what I mean. So here we have one of the characters. She actually has a armor swap. So usually a fine robe doesn't actually look like this. It looks very plain. But here she has Jyoti's armor model. Reason why is because I thought this had a bit more complexity in terms of its design compared to the standard robe. So I switched it out. Now what I want to do with this character is I want to so this is the armor model for the fine leather armor. I don't actually like this. I prefer the model for the padded armor. However, I want to keep the stats for the fine leather armor but have it look like the padded armor. So that's what we're trying to do. We're going to do an armor swap, or a model swap pretty much. So how do we do this? Let's get out of the game. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to find your game's directory. So you need to find where your game is installed. For me, it's in my Steam library, which is located in my F drive. However, if it's located on the C drive, it's usually in the default Steam location. So try and find where your Pillars of Eternity game is located. Once you've located it, go into the Steam apps, Common, Pillars of Eternity 2 Data, and now there's a bunch of files here. Don't worry too much about them. Try and find a file called Exported. This is where a lot of the addresses to many of the in-game assets are found. So let's go to Design. And here there's a lot of stuff going on as well. We just want to go to Gain Data pretty much. And these are all the addresses for the in-game assets. The file that we're concerned with here is items.gamedatabundle, okay? And we're going to be opening that up with the program Visual Studio Code. Technically speaking, you don't need this program, but it makes everything a lot easier, which is why I'm recommending you download it. So before we start, I want you to create two text documents. We're going to be copying data for two different variables into these text documents. Go ahead and open up the first text document. Okay, we're going to put this on the side. I'm going to copy some data over. Let's open up the items.gamedatabundle with Visual Studio Code. Now, what's going to appear will look very, very overwhelming, and this is what you'd get if you opened it up with Notepad. But in this program, you can actually convert this to a much more readable format. And how do we do that? First, what we need to do is go down to the bottom right and you'll see something that says plain text. Click on it. Click on Configure File Association for Game Data Bundle. Scroll down and find JSON, which is the file format that they use in this particular document. So now the program recognizes this file as a JSON, okay? Now what we want to do is hit Shift-Alt-F. And what would happen is the program will realize that this is a JSON file and make everything very readable for us. So this is important to try and get it like this. Now, what do we need to do? We need to find out the address, or the asset address for our two armors. So the armor that we have at the moment on this particular character is fine leather armor. So let's go ahead and find fine leather armor in the code. And the way you find something is Control F and just type in leather. Sorry, my typing is terrible. Leather armor, and let's put fine. Now we find the item here. Every item is given a debug name, and this is the name of the actual file. So this file is called leather armor fine. If we go down, we're looking for a component called appearance file or something. I can't actually remember what it's called. Appearance piece, sorry. Appearance piece. Now this is the address that's the program gives to find the asset which is being used. So this is the address for this model. Okay? So what we need to do at this point is we need to find the beginning of this particular code block, and we need to find the end of the code block. The way you can just clarify that is if you just put your cursor, if you click next to the squiggly open bracket, you can scroll down and find where it ends. So here is where it ends. So let's take this whole block and we're going to copy and paste this into our first text document. Okay? This is what we're going to be using to override. Okay? Go ahead and save this. Close this document. Go ahead and open your second document. Okay? You don't need to do it this way, but it's just very simplified so that people don't get confused. Now, we need to find the appearance piece of the armor that we want to swap into now. So I want the model for this armor, the padded armor. Yeah? So let's go ahead and type in padded underscore armor, and hopefully it will come up. Here we are. So here is the padded armor. Now here all we need to do is find what the appearance piece is. So in this case the appearance piece is prefabs /items, etc, etc. And this is the address that refers to this asset, which is the one that we want. Go ahead and just copy this file, this location. Okay, put that in your second notepad. Save that. Okay, now we're pretty much done, but we need to copy a couple more things before we close out of this. Go ahead to the top and copy all of this. Okay, game data objects, copy. And your second file, we're just gonna enter, paste that. And we just want to find where this ends, so this actually end at the end of the document pretty much. So just go all the way to the end of the document. And you'll see this is where it ends. Just copy these two lines. If it'll let you, there we go. And paste them here. And you can save this file and close. You can close both of these files now. Okay. Now what we need to do is open up your first text file. Okay. And open up your second text file. What we're going to do now is very simple. Copy everything from here. Copy and paste it in here. Okay. So now what the code is saying is we're making a change to one particular item in the game data objects sort of container. Okay. And that one particular item that we're going to change is the leather armor fine. Okay. So this is the address for the armor piece that we want to have. We can go ahead and close this now. Let's work here. All we need to do is copy, okay? Copy the armor piece that we want and go to the appearance piece and delete it and paste your new address. So what the game will now understand is that for the leather armor fine, we're going to put the model of the padded armor instead, okay? And that's pretty much it. However, in order to make sure that this thing works, we need to put this into a specific place called the override folder. So go ahead and close this out. So text2 is the one that we're going to use for our override. go back to the Pillars of Eternity 2 data folder. Now here, you need to look for a folder called Override. I have a folder called Override because I've been modding a few things already, okay? And here is the Jyoti armor swap model, armor swap mod that I created a while earlier. And it's very simple. All we need to do is create a new folder and call it whatever we want. So I'm going to call this armor swap for fine leather armor mod. You can call it what you want though. I'm not that creative at the moment, so yeah. Now what we need to do is we need to get the path for the file that we want to alter. So in our case, what we want to alter is the file in game data folder, right? So literally what we need to do is copy these two folders. So I need to make, within my override folder, I need to make a design folder and a game data folder. So let's go ahead and do that. Override, go to your model folder, create a design folder, click in, create a game data folder, and within here, we're going to take our text document with our mod, our in quotation marks of course, and just confirm that this is the one which has the, yeah, okay. Go ahead and delete this, we don't need this. So this is what your code should look like. Okay, once you're happy with this, save it and close it. We're going to actually rename this to items.gameDataBundle. Okay, yes. And now what we've done is we're telling the program that we're creating a mod, an override, for one specific component of the game data bundle file, which is located at this address. Okay, and this should do it pretty much. And we're just gonna go test it. Let me just confirm that I haven't told you guys the wrong information. Let's just confirm this design, game data. Yep, fine. So everything should work now. We're gonna go ahead and close out of Pillars of Eternity, and we're gonna restart the game and see if it works. If it does, all good. And you should be able to do it too, for any armor that you want, pretty much. Let's restart the game. Go ahead and hit continue on whichever save you want. Depending on how fast this loads, you can stay and watch, or you can leave at this point. Alrighty, we're getting into game here. And here is the moment of truth. Once the game loads, of course. And what do you know? What do you know? His armor has been swapped. So... oh, sorry. Wrong character. His armor has been swapped, so let's check it out. Oh, my bad. Oh, I'm messing this up. Awkward. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. So, this is the padded armor. This is the model for the padded armor. And this is the fine leather armor. When we put the fine leather armor on, the model stays the same. So the armor has been swapped. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. If not, no problem, whatever. And I will see you guys at some point. If you're interested, by the way, in the Let's Play, consider subscribing. I'll be uploading videos of the Let's Play very soon. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.